crafty friends, and welcome to the February edition of Iron Crafter Challenge. This hop is a hop where my friend Tara from the Paper Snob and I came up with a list of different scrapbooking items that we have in our stash that we might not use that often, and we wanted to challenge anyone who wanted to play along to use that item each month, a different item every month, so that we can start relearning to enjoy some of the things in our stash that maybe we have that we haven't used or don't usually reach for every single time. So last month we did sequins in January. This month we're doing Nuvo Drops or Enamel Dots or shapes. And my challenge to myself is always to take those items and not only just use them as you normally would, but also to use them in a way that you might normally do if you just grab them to use them. So here are the Nuvo Drops that I've used, and I'm going to show you a few examples how I use Nuvo Drops this month. I haven't done a whole lot of layouts this month, but I have done a few, and I've made sure that I use Nuvo when I pulled some Nuvo when I was pulling my kit for this month, and I've been trying to include them in my layouts. So what I did for this one was I like to use Nuvo kind of like the old style puffy paint or slicky pen that we used when I was a teenager or even in middle school. We used it to decorate t-shirts and sweaters, but I like to use it as kind of a glitter glue and to embellish instead of just making dots. So for this layout, I actually put some in the background to kind of enhance the pink and the blue. Turns out that it actually works pretty well as a glue. So I used it to hold down the tag, the little strings on my tags, and I did add a little bit of embellishment on the heart and around some of my embellishments on this page. So I did it on that one. I also did it as the background on this page. Here's kind of what the background looks like before I added the embellishments. And I have a video about this one, and you can go watch how I did it. But I basically just put a little line of the Nuvo Drops here and then scraped it across with a scrapey tool, which you can use a credit card, a room key, any kind of piece of cardboard. I have this scraper tool from some, I don't know, trade show we went to, and it works pretty well to do the scrapey effect, to scrape that across and make some pretty designs in the background. And I use a variety of the metallic and the glittery drops for that one. And I did extra. This was my practice one, and this was my actual one, so now I have two to do that one. The next thing I wanted to show is that here are some examples of how I've used those Nuvo Drops to embellish a page that wasn't just using drops as a drop, right? So whenever I try to do drops, I don't really get the best little circle. I prefer to just use enamel dots for that. But I actually used my yellow translucent, which is called limoncello crystal or jewel drops, to add a little bit of extra shine and dimension to my wood veneer pieces. So I did that on these butterflies on this one. I also did it to, I have these hearts that look like conversation hearts that I got from Hobby Lobby. Oh my goodness, it's so blurry, sorry. So hard to see, but so it's a conversation heart, and it is, I added the jewel drops, which are just translucent, to the top so that it adds a little bit of shine and dimension. Kind of like glossy accents, but it's not. It's just a jewel drop, and it has a little bit of color to it. So you can see that on there a little bit. Then on this one, I used the blue, I think translucent blue that I have to add some accent to my clouds on this layout, I used the pink glitter. I just like to add some sort of little embellishment, some sort of little extra to give it a little bit of extra something and draw the eye around the page. I think these are actually stickles because they're glittery, but I do have glitter drops. They're called, yeah, glitter drops. So this one, there's some metallic going on here on the yellow. Again, I just used it to embellish around the different parts of the page to enhance a little bit of the background, draw the eye around the page. Just kind of fun. I just kind of play. I get them out and I just start playing, and it's fun. I like to add, it brings me back to my 80s girl roots. This one I did it on the back of, I did it on the cut file on almost the whole entire thing, just to give it a little more dimension, which is what we like to do with the drops. But I rarely ever use drops as drops. I don't like how it looks when I try to make drops of things. I was also playing, and so here's another one I did. I had a piece that was a chipboard, and I just added some of that glitter drop pink to it to add a little more. This one was yellow. So you can see it just adds a little bit of shine and dimension to it. I keep saying that over and over, and that's kind of the whole point, right? Then I was a little bit curious what would happen if I treated the glitter, treated my Nuvo Drops kind of like a texture paste. And so I grabbed a stencil. I grabbed the star stencil. And I just put it down, and then I put a drop of the glitter, sorry, I keep saying glitter, but it's not glitter. I put a drop of the Nuvo Drops inside the thing, grabbed my card and just scraped it through. And then where I put some of the drops initially, it filled in the most. And then as I went across, I noticed that it wasn't filling in all the way. And that's okay. I really like that effect. I think it's fun. And I can make a really pretty background or accent on the corner of a page. And then I actually went back with some white and added some more just for fun. And I added a few little starburst looking elements back there. So lots of playing, lots of having fun, lots of different ways to use Nuvo Drops. The best thing that I did, I really had fun doing, not the best thing, but this is what I had the most fun doing. I was inspired by these enamel looking stickers and the hearts, and there's some, and I do believe they're more on the Vicki Boutin side, that are more, that are less perfect looking, like these, right? Like this heart, okay? Or like this one. It just looks kind of like writing. So I thought maybe I could try to make my own out of Nuvo. So I just used a piece of packaging, and I played a little bit. I was playing with making dots, of course, because I've heard you can do that. Although I don't know why you would do that if you can just buy enamel dots. And then I thought maybe I could make some that are not perfect, because some of my favorite dots are the big splotches from Vicki Boutin's different stickers. She has some that have big black splotches, and I really like those. So my biggest tip is when you're doing this, and I probably should have done it on like a craft mat instead of like packaging like this, because I learned that if you just try to peel it, it'll probably break, because I did that with some stars that I did. But if you have a spatula sort of tool, pretty sure you can get one of these at the dollar store or the Dollar Tree if you look. You just gently peel it, and you can scrape it up, and then you'll have a little splotchy dot that you can use. And you can, I mean, yeah, you could probably just do that on your paper, but I was trying to see if I could do like a star and the heart. And I don't know if the star will actually work. The other two stars that I tried to do actually didn't want to peel. They broke before I could do it. See? Now you can have an enamel star. And that way, if you're worried about messing up your layout, you could do it beforehand, and then you could have something that you can add to your layout later. And you can customize your colors, make it all the right color to match your layout. You just have to do it and give yourself enough time for it to dry. And then I thought I would see if I could do a word. I don't know if the word will work. Here we go. See, I have the word hi. Just like those stickers. So I can make my own title if I want to, using my Nuvo Drops. So, just playing, and then I got out my metallic ones to see if those would work. Metallic heart. So it probably would work better on a craft mat than this piece of packaging, but if you have a layout like this one and you wanted to add a couple of extra little elements, you could just do that just like that. And now you have basically your own enamel stickers that you can add. Well, once you glue them down. Your own enamel elements that you can glue down. So, all right. So I hope that you like this idea, collage of ideas for this video this week. I hope that you've gotten a chance to play with some Nuvo Drops this month. And don't forget to check out all the other folks who are playing on this Iron Crafter hop, and I'm sure that there will be so many other ways of using those Nuvo Drops, and maybe just normal using them, but just adding some extra embellishment to a page. And I had a lot of fun trying to do this and focusing on having to use something that I wouldn't normally use. So I can't wait to see what we do next month, which I don't even remember what it is. But if you want to join the Iron Crafter hop, or you just want to participate, I do have a Facebook group. I'll put the link in the description below, and you can join the Facebook group and just create using that item for the month, and then post your layout into the album on our Facebook group and participate that way. So thank you so much. Don't forget to go check out all the other people playing along on this hop. See you next month. Bye.